Good morning, everyone. Tina Spalding Trance Channel here for day 38 of 40 days and 40 nights with Jesus. This is our morning session. Let's see what Jesus has to say to us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. The symptoms of ascension madness are going to become more and more apparent to you. Ascension madness is when the frequency that a being's body, mind, and spirit is receiving is too much for the belief system that they hold. And they begin to shatter, they begin to become anxious, they begin to become confused, and they do not have the inner resources within their belief system to carry them through the awakening process. And they will begin to demonstrate behaviors such as anxiety, fear, and even complete mental breakdown. So ascension madness is something that's important for you to understand with compassion. And you may even feel it yourselves, where you have deep-seated beliefs that are being challenged and or destroyed. When you have systems in place such as you have had, banking systems, governance systems, healthcare systems, schooling systems, you are beginning to see the edges of these systems fraying, as we like to say, because it really does bring to mind what's happening. The core of the system is still functioning, but you can see that the edges of it are becoming less defined and the rules are becoming less clear, and you're not sure how to interact with those systems, if at all. So, for example, what's happening with your education system now, many children are staying home because their parents do not want to send them into schools where they're being masked or vaccinated. Other parents are sending their children to school because perhaps they have financial stresses and they need to work during the day, but they are not feeling good about it. They are feeling bad about it. In a system that used to be just an ordinary thing, you sent your children to school every day. Now the system is beginning to fray and people are beginning to pull in different directions. The same thing is happening with your financial system. The money that people are being given for doing no work, and yet there are increasing prices. The investments that you've made are losing money or even gaining money. Your house price may be going down or it may be going up. These are, again, pressures and tensions that are pulling people in different directions. And if you have spent your whole life investing in your home, for example, and you start to see the value of your home going down, or you want to leave the home because of the circumstances of the area in which you find yourself, perhaps you're living in a particularly COVID fearful place, you may want to leave your home, and yet you are attached to your home and it's been your dream and you envisioned living there forever, and yet now you are feeling that perhaps moving would be a good choice, and yet the systems are unpredictable. Are you going to get your money out of it? Where are you going to go? These are some of the deep, deep pressures that humanity is going to be under in the coming months and years. So it's very, very important for all of you to understand what you value, what you truly think you can't live without. You can live without most things. We're going down to basics here. You need air, food, and water, clothes in Canada. Our dear one lives in Canada. And a roof over your head. However, human spirit wants so much more experience and freedom and joy and self-expression that when you are being oppressed and controlled and these basic rights are being taken away from you in the name of good for all, in the name of the community, there is deep and profound confusion, and this can cause you anxiety and fear. So this is one of the reasons why we are like a broken record when it comes to studying A Course in Miracles, because A Course in Miracles trains you to understand your mind and how it works. It trains you to understand your ego and how you've been programmed. It trains you to see what you value, even though another part of your mind may see that it is valueless. So we encourage all of you to delve deeply into what makes you tick, understanding that your guidance system is the method through which you understand your beliefs. When one of your beliefs is threatened, you will feel fear or confusion. And this means that you're off track. So let us say you believe you have to own a home to be secure. A lot of people have that belief. They really believe that to be true. When their home begins to become threatened in some way by falling real estate prices or people exiting the neighborhood, things becoming abandoned, these sorts of things, the person who truly believes that their security is dependent upon them owning a valuable home, they are going to feel very undermined. They're going to feel very scared. But the truth of the matter is you don't need to own a home to feel secure. That's part of the propaganda machine in the Western world that says you have to spend 30 years of your life buying a house so that you feel secure. It is not true. Many people who have no homes feel very secure because they are connected to something non-physical, something spiritual, the power within, let us say. So as these approaching weeks towards the end of the year come, we would really like you to focus on learning what you believe to be true about the world and why, and what are the consequences of you believing that. The consequences of you believing that you are only secure when you own a valuable home means that if you lose your home, you will feel terribly weak and vulnerable. And that is not necessary, because there are many people who do not own valuable homes who do not feel weak and vulnerable. It is not a universal truth. That means it's made up. If it's not a universal truth, it's made up. If different people have different opinions about something, that means that each one of those beings is making up their own story around that particular subject. Fire is hot is not a matter of opinion. Anyone who puts their hand in a fire is going to feel it, and it's going to hurt and burn their skin. We will not include yogis in this particular example, but ordinary people with ordinary minds. That's a universal truth. Fire is hot, but it's not a universal truth that security needs you to own a valuable home. And these are the kinds of things that we want you to begin to look at. We want you to begin to think about. Where are you invested? What do you believe to be true? What are you afraid to lose? Write these things down. Today we are just bringing the idea to you, but this is something that we would like you to work on over a few days in the next week or so. It's very, very important for you to see where you are easily threatened, because it is in your idols, those things that you worship and think you can't live without. Those are the things that are going to be potentially used to control you. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again later. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.